mean, to me, it was like Live Aid for ugly people, a march of dimes for millionaires. If only there was a word that describes a bunch of jerks that form a circle. But it was a telethon. It was a telethon for a very sick man stricken by Trump fever. And it's a shame Jerry Lewis wasn't here to host it. But here's the thing. So there were photos with the three presidents, right? Would cost over $100,000, $100,000. What a great story to tell people. Like, hey, how'd you get that picture? Well, I paid $100,000 for it. It immediately deflates the uniqueness of having that photo. It's just a pompous thing to have around your office. The big point, and the judge alludes to it, why were the three of them there? You needed three Democrat presidents to deal with Trump. Think about the math on that one. They needed three Democrat presidents to deal with Trump. Now let's move on to the phrase limousine liberal, right? We hear that phrase. Why does that phrase exist, but limousine conservative doesn't exist? Well, I'll tell you why. It describes the hypocritical rich leftist who demands the use of public transportation while they fly private. They're the same people who demand public education for all of you without choice, but then send their sniveling little brats to private education with high tuitions. They're the people who marched for defunding the police, who champion Black Lives Matter, but are separated from the rabble with private security, usually manned by retired police officers. So what you saw there was the encapsulation of the limousine liberal. Now, I love rich people. They're the best. I think I might be one of them. But there is no such phrase as limousine conservative precisely for this reason. It is not about wealth or status. It's that the limousine liberal wants you to practice the views they themselves refuse to practice as they push them on you. So they use their wealth and status to keep themselves immune from the hell that they put forth on others. So when you look at that and you can't explain, like, why does that make me sick? I explained it. That's why it makes you sick. We're all going to, Trump's going to raise money. Biden's going to raise money. Biden might raise more because, Trump doesn't need as much. He beat Hillary, right? Yeah. Without having. So they're all going to try to raise money. But there is something different about this. It's because they want the money and the status for themselves, and they don't want it for you. That's a limousine liberal.
Wow, Jessica.